Hello again everyone, welcome to my reflection on chapter 116 of Seraph of the End. Happy to have you guys here. Today's video will not be as long as usual, just because this chapter was fairly short. I think we all felt like that it was quite a quick chapter. There was a lot of action scenes, there weren't a lot of new questions raised. It was more about like plugging a gap in the existing narrative to join up when Cruel and Ashura were separated compared to when they were then reunited under Shikama's care. It was, plugging that gap in the timeline basically. There's a couple of things that we can touch on though, so please strap yourselves in, make yourselves comfortable, pour yourself a good old cup of tea, and let's get into this reflection. So I think first of all I need to address the line about Ashura saying that this isn't what you truly want to you, because my brain, as you guys should know by now if you're a returning viewer, you know that my brain works in weird ways. In my day job, my job involves pulling words apart and examining stuff in quite minute detail, so yeah, that's kind of what I'm trained to do. So immediately when I read that line, I thought back to 102 where Ashura accused Yu of lying about his deepest desires, and I was like, oh, so Ashura is saying that Yu doesn't actually want to save Mika deep down. Like, what the hell? Like, what does that mean? You guys in the comments made me see that I was missing the wood for the trees, so thank you very much. Because yeah, of course, the point of this chapter is that Ashura is reflecting on his regret of making a selfish decision to save his sister, and this chapter acts as a parallel to Yu now making a selfish decision to save Mika, which Ashura is basically saying to you that you will end up regretting this choice. Therefore, this isn't what you truly want. So really, that line is probably more like you're making a mistake rather than this isn't what you truly want. Like, Yu definitely does feel that that's what he wants, but he's going to end up regretting it because it's a mistake fundamentally. So yeah, I think that's what that line means now. Thank you very much to the dear old audience, because you guys are amazing. Thank you very much for leading me back to the proper path. So the next point then, I thought it was interesting the focus in this chapter on how Cruel was turned into a vampire, because there was a couple of panels showing that Shikama cut his arm and the blood went into Cruel's mouth. That's there for a reason, I reckon. It's to show that there's a difference between how Ashura was turned using Yu's blood and how Cruel was turned using Shikama's blood. There's got to be something about Yu's biology, like he's got to be like a different spiritual entity or something compared to Shikama. Like, God knows what Yu is. I need to know what this boy, human, demon, seraph, creature, what the hell is Yu? I need to know. It's driving me insane. I think I might have mentioned this theory before, but I think that all of the black demons were turned using Yu's blood and not Shikama's. We've had it mentioned before that Lestkar was not chosen to be one of the apostles, the black demons, by Saito. And we know also that Cruel was not chosen to become a black demon. So yeah, I reckon that that's what it is. I think all the black demons were turned by Yu's blood. Again, Lord knows why or what the implications of that are, because we still don't know what Yu is. Oh, maybe one day before I die, Kagami-sensei might reveal the secrets of this manga. It's driving me insane. And also that raises an interesting question, because if Mika became a black demon, he must have Yu's blood inside him. Now, we know that Mika actually fed on Yu's blood as a vampire, so maybe that's why he was turned into a vampire, so that he would then feed off of Yu's blood in the end to turn him into a black demon. Or maybe he already had the connection to Yu's blood beforehand. Here come all of the anti-Mika Yu shippers saying that it's an incest ship again. I mean, if you're going to go by that logic, then everyone in ONS is related, because everyone has got some kind of blood connection to everyone else, like all of the vampires going way up the tree. Just, yeah, let's not go down that route. What I will say though, that if Mika Yu does turn out to be some kind of legit incest ship, or there's some kind of weird creepy spiritual fuckery afoot, I might have to jump ship, because I'm not about that. I've recently been watching Jujutsu Kaisen, which I thoroughly recommend, by the way. It's a very good show, and it's kind of got dark fantasy-esque elements in it, so it's quite a good match for ONS, so I recommend you checking that out if you haven't already. But in that show, there are two characters who I love very dearly, my beloved Megumi and my beloved Maki. I love them both. I think they're amazing, and I also think they're amazing together. From what I saw, like the chemistry during their fight scenes was incredible when they were working together. So I started shipping them, only to find out that they are actually aunt and nephew. So yeah, I had to get off of that shit pretty bloody quick. Anyway, back to ONS, because, that's why you're actually here. But yeah, it's quite interesting. I'd like to know that link between Mika and Yu, their biology. I want to know what Yu is. There's so many questions, and I'm not going to start speculating because we will be here all night. And now kind of predictions for what's going to happen then. So I reckon that Ashura will end up deciding to help you despite his inner conflict in this chapter. Purely from like a narrative perspective, because if Ashura doesn't help you to get out of this situation where he's trapped 15 levels underground, how do we get Shikama's side of the story here? I know that he's being interrogated by Saito and so on, but like surely it would make more sense for the main character to be the one involved in having those discussions with Shikama to, you know, go back through their past and their memories. Surely that would be the way to do it, and not just to have Shikama, you know, having the answers tortured out of him by Saito. So yeah, I reckon that Ashura will help you and that they will escape from the 15 levels underground and they will go and find Shikama. I also think that because, as we know, Ashura is very much on board with Shikama Doji's plan, because Shikama Doji's plan will somehow help Ashura save Cruel. And under Shikama Doji's plan, he needs Mikaela. And Mikaela is Yu's demon. And I don't think yet that Ashura knows that the other demon inside Yu is Mika, because, you know, Ashura doesn't at any point in this chapter refer to Mikaela by name. So I'm wondering that if Yu reveals the fact that the other demon is Mikaela, Ashura will suddenly go, oh, damn, I need to get Yu and Mikaela out of here and I need to deliver him to Shikama Doji. So yeah, that's my prediction. I don't know if I'm right. We will see. I was completely wrong in my earlier prediction about maybe like you will be able to use Mikaela's warping powers to get them out of the underground space. That didn't happen. So yeah, I'm not infallible. It would certainly be interesting if Ashura does refuse to help Yu, because I kind of think that Yu and Gurren are parallels, and we know that Gurren in Catastrophe had 2 demons, and it would make sense, like if Kagami really likes his parallels, which we know he does, that Yu will end up getting 2 demons and he might, you know, start to break even further mentally, because that's what happened to Gurren in Catastrophe. I won't go into much more detail about that and pretend I know what I'm talking about, because I have not read Catastrophe in full, because I don't particularly like the books. I'm sorry. I know that's probably sacrilegious to some people, but yeah, I'm not a fan of Catastrophe. Maybe I'll do a bit of a review of the Catastrophe books and why I'm not a fan one day. So yeah, that's my predictions going forward. Let's see what happens. I think 117 hopefully will pick up the plot again and we'll start pushing forward again. I'm really hoping that. I hope you guys enjoyed this reflection video. If you did, please give me a like, comment and subscribe. You can also connect with me on social media. I'll put the links in the description below. And with that, guys, you take care of yourselves. I will see you in the next one. Ciao, ciao.